is gonna happen is you're gonna get a piece of clay on a piece of wax paper. And there are Sharpie markers in the supply bin for you to write your name and class code on the wax paper. These Sharpie markers are pretty old, so they're running out of ink, and it's okay. As long as I can see that your name is on there. The only thing that the Sharpie markers are in the bins for is to write your name. These Sharpie markers you can't color on the clay with, okay? That's important to remember. You're gonna get your chunk of clay on a wax paper. You're gonna write your name and class code with the Sharpie marker. Then with your chunk of clay, we need to have a piece of clay for the pinch pot part of the fish, and then some other clay for the additive technique that we're gonna add on later. So what we're gonna do is twist a piece of clay off. Now, it's not as big as this chunk, and it's a lot bigger than just one eye. So if you just pinch off a wee little piece like this, is that enough to make a tongue, eyes, fins, and a tail? No. So you need to make sure that you twist off a nice big piece for eyes, tails, fins, a tongue if you want it. Then we're gonna roll the clay into a ball, and you're gonna find out that this clay is a lot softer than the modeling clay. You're just gonna gently roll it into a ball or a sphere. A three-dimensional circle is called a sphere. And then the next part is to push your thumb in it. There are a couple of ways that you can do this. You can put the sphere on the table and push your thumb in, or you can hold it in your hand and push your thumb in this way. And you want to make sure that your thumb goes all the way up to your knuckle when you add it. After you put your thumb in, then you're going to do the pinch technique. So we're going to pinch, and then we're going to turn the pot. So we're going to hold it with one hand, and we're going to pinch with one hand, and then turn it with the other hand as we pinch. So I'm going to wrap my fingers around to the bottom of the clay, and I'm going to pinch and then turn. Pinch and turn. Pinch and turn. Pinch, let go, and turn. Pinch and turn. So I'm going to keep pinching and turning until it looks like a pot, like this. Okay? Now, friends, if you notice, I'm not pinching at the very tippy top. I first pinched the bottom, and then I pinched in the middle, and that's really all I needed to pinch. And there's my pinch pot. So now this is the opening of the mouth of the fish. So we're going to turn it sideways and then just gently tap, okay? Now, what we're going to learn today is how to add clay pieces together. So I'm going to have this poster up there for you. You can add all different kinds of things for the fins, for the tongue, for the tail. You can add spheres, which are the little circles, coils, and slabs to your fish. So the eyes were spheres, the fin is a slab, and then this tail was made from a coil that I pinched up at the top, and the tongue was also made from a coil. What I'm going to do is show you first. I'm going to want to put my eyes on, so I'm going to make two little spheres for the eyes. These are the spheres I'm going to make for the eyes. When we added to the clay last week, we didn't need to do anything. It just stuck together and stayed. Now, even though these will kind of stick like this, when they dry, the clay it shrinks and it separates. So your clay will not stick together. So we have to join the clay together, and that's where this comes in handy. So this is how you join clay. You need to remember to score, slip, stick, and smooth, okay? So to add clay, we score, slip, it's tapping the slip, stick, then smooth, okay? Ready? Score. What's this? Yep, then smooth. Very good. So to score it means to scratch. So I'm gonna find a tool in here that I can scratch with. And this is a good tool to use because it has a point. So I'm gonna score, which is scratching. And then I need to score where I'm gonna stick it to. So I'm gonna score it right here. So do you see the scratch marks? And now I need to use slip. Slip is liquid clay. All right, so I'm gonna stick my finger in. I'm gonna dab, slip, and then I'm gonna stick it like this, and then I'm gonna smooth it together, okay? So I'm gonna do the same thing over here. Score, slip, stick, and smooth it together, okay? So now let's watch how I make the tail. So I'm gonna take off a piece. I'm gonna roll a coil, and you can roll the coils on your table. So a coil is like a snake or a worm, okay? Now the rule with the coil is that it has to be as wide as the Sharpie or bigger than the Sharpie. If it's smaller than the Sharpie, it's gonna break off, okay? So now I wanna turn the tail into a pretty tail, so I'm just gonna pinch, and I'm gonna pinch and separate it like this. So I'm using the pinch technique to make the tail. And now I need to add it. So to add my tail, I have to score. So slip is liquid clay. Next, what's this? Stick, and then smooth. Very good. So there's my tail. And now I want to add the fin. So the fin was a slab. So I'm going to make a flat piece of clay like a pancake, like this. So I'm going to add the fin like this. So to add it, I have to add some fins on the side too. So I'm going to make some fins. So these are going to be the fins on the sides of my fish. So to add them, I need to it's time to add texture. And remember, texture is the way something feels or the way it appears to feel. So I have all these really cool tools that you can use. All you do is press the texture on like this. So I want to make some scales on here. Now friends, I want to show you, do you see where my fingers are? My fingers are inside the mouth, because what would you think if I pushed this tool down on the clay right now? Yes. The mouth will close. It will get smashed, right? And if you want, you can add a tongue on the inside like I did here. If you want to add teeth, you can add teeth. When you're all done making your fish and you have all the texture, you have to do the upside down shake test. You have to pick up your fish and you have to shake it to make sure that nothing falls off. If anything falls off when you take and do the upside down shake test, then you need to put it back on by scoring, right? Score, then slip, slip, then stick, then smooth.